An outlet pass. No stick for Burns. Barbashev hit the post. That might have caught the underside of the crossbar.
Here's the great chance by Vegas. Burns breaks his stick, has to drop it. Barbashev gets a step, tough angle. I think that catches the bar.
Floats a pass to Eichel at the half wall. Eichel surveys. That's his happy spot on the power play. Loves the flank. Shot pass, save made, loose, stabbed at, just wide. Stone had a look in the blue paint. To the right. Room for Nelson. Now MacKinnon high slide. MacKinnon accelerates into the bumper position. It finds its way through traffic to Natchez. Stuff attempt by MacKinnon. Puts it back out in front. Played across, guided by Natchez. MacKinnon protects the puck. Anderson now retreats and gives MacKinnon room. Natchez straight away. Natchez, a pirouette. Still 42 on the power play for Colorado. On the flank, it's Brock Nelson. Nelson a little shimmy shake. Walks it down deeper. Taves out to the point. That shot. Score! Trickles through Carter Hart. Power play goal for the Avalanche. And they've got the lead. Courtesy of Taves.
4 points on the power play. Gets a pass from Nelson. And it's perfect screen by Landeskog in front. Hart thinks he has it. It goes right through the armpit where the Old Spice goes, Bob. Hart tries to squeeze it. It goes right through him. The setup, though, by Nelson in game 999. Find Taves at the top. The day before I was going to play.
Oh, off the face-off between the pads of Hart. And it squeezes wide. It just squirted on net. Wrist shot. And that's blocked. Hart trying to hold his ground in front of Landeskog.
Right off the draw, this squirts right between the legs. Landeskog goes where he goes, the front of the net. And McNabb does a... I don't know. I don't think that one was the right call.
Mark Stone around to Eichel. Moved quickly by Marner. Floats towards the net. Scores! Stone with terrific hands in front. Found a bouncing puck. And scores on the power play to tie this game.
8, 9, and 5 without Stone. He adds a huge dimension to their lineup. And nowhere else more important than the power play. This puck gets hung around right on the wall. Eichel goes up to Marner, who just gets the puck through. The puck hits Hurdle, the puck hits Stone, and it's a wonderful handle in mid-air by Mark Stone. Look at his blade, knocks it down right to himself. Blackwood does not think that puck's coming back to the backhand. Pure artistry by Mark Stone with the redirect in front. Textbook, unbelievable.
A takeaway by Brock Nelson to Nichushkin on net. Save made by Hart. And Theodore quickly pounces on the rebound.
Heck of an entry by Natchez. Little saucer pass, and it's the pickup by Nelson. Off the skate at full speed to the blade.
Hart, he might be able to afford some Eric Johnson suits before too long. Brock Nelson chips one on net. Carter Hart makes the save.
Torch leaves the goalies alone.
Nichushkin across the line. Drop pass skated onto by MacKinnon. Centering pass. Oh, what a save by Hart! He took one away from Nichushkin. Sprawled to his left and flashed leather. Nichushkin.
Carter Hart with his best of the night. MacKinnon with a ton of speed on the backhand through the seam. Hart pushes all the way across. Hart has to respect MacKinnon. He's a little late on the push, but it doesn't matter because he gets that glove out there.
As that shot blocked by Malinsky, Barbashev tries again. Edmonton right now in first, but it has ping-pong back and forth with Vegas, Anaheim, and how about the hot finish to the season by the Kings? That shot, score! Dorofeev picks the corner, found a puck, and snapped it over the shoulder of Blackwood to give Vegas the lead.
Shot off, and it's from a sharp angle, but he knows where to go. Right to the dot, and he one-times it. Blackwood picks this puck up late, and Dorofeev's one of the best shooters in the National Hockey League. Barbashev finds him right in the quiet ice. No Av in sight. It's a little late. Blackwood picks the puck up.
Swept up the boards, but not out. Kulak couldn't clear. So Eichel has another chance. Finds the cutter and Stone. Stick save made by Blackwood. Held by Joel Kiviranta. Turns it over. Marner lifts one over the blocker of Blackwood. He on a new team this season than Mitch Marner has for the Golden Knights with 78 points on the year.
He's such a smart player, right? He's not the fastest guy. He doesn't have the best shot.
Barbashev centers backdoor, nearly another for Dorofeev.
What a setup there.
Stalked by Howden. Waugh protects the puck. Necas. On net. Kick save made by Hart off Colton. Well set up by Marty Necas.
That's best look of the period, right in the slot. Hart has to fight that off with the pad. Good entry by Nick Waugh, the former VGK. Played 6 seasons in Vegas, won a Stanley Cup in 23. Picked up by the Avs at the deadline. Nice play.
Nichushkin in the high slot. To the backhand, to the forehand. Nearly picked the far corner. Around to Kulak. Towards the net. Played forward by Caden Korzak. The outlet slapped at by Brent Burns. Out into the backhand. Save made. Sprawling and having it go right behind him was Mackenzie Blackwood. And now Necas the other way. Drops through center to Nichushkin. A return to Necas with some room. Seam pass. Kulak waits. Down low. Nelson circles the net. That shot by Blankenburg. Kicked out with the right pad by Carter Hart. Not out though. The glove of Blankenburg protects it. Finally Hannafin clears the zone. Dropped by Sissons. That shot stopped by Blackwood off Tomas Hertl.
Almost 10 years ago, Stanley Cup champion. Winner through and through, and a guy you need on your team to win. He's just a depth piece you need in the playoffs.
Blankenburg deals one towards the net, off the post, score! Blankenburg banks one, post. Carter Hart it in. We're tied at 2.
Until tonight, his first goal as an Av. Avs go to work down below. The former VJK Nick Waugh kicks it to the top, and Blankenburg throws it right to the net. All you have to do is get it there, and Blankenburg does exactly that. I don't think it got deflected on the way in, but it goes off the post and then off the bar of Carter Hart. And the Avs,
when you've got that type of ability, put on scholarship and became team captain. Hertl shovels one towards the net. Wheel around, just goes wide. May have caught the tip of the glove of Blackwood. Floats to the line. Across the line, McKinnon shoots. Glove save Hart, and he drops it out. Wow.
Look for Vegas to try and load up the shooter. Dorothy of 16 in white. He's got the big bomb on the side. Colorado will try and take him away.
They win it back to Marner. Into the bumper it goes. Snap by Dorothy. A glove save made by Blackwood. Forward power play. As now Brock Nelson shorthanded brings it across. A little toe drag. Nelson chips it over the shoulder of Carter Hart. What a move.
They're focused on 16. They do not want Dorofeev to be able to line up the big bomb.
A break for O'Connor, shorthanded. Moves in. Saves Carter Hart. The rebound available, and it's covered by Hart. For Vegas, a couple for Colorado. Keegan Colasar out in front. Tipped on Blackwood. Another try. Swiping at the puck twice was down. Through the skates of Hertl. McKinnon looking for the quick counter before the end of the period. Shoots. Blocker save made by Hart. Down. That in the third period, EJ, the Golden Knights are a plus 42 goal differential. Getting loose on net. A sweeping shot by Landeskog.
And here we go, right?
Something's got to give. Off the butt end of the stick of Blackwood. That shot from Hertl for Colorado. And here he is with the puck behind the net. Centers one. Landeskog shoves it towards the net. Save made through traffic by Hart on Lehkonen. Where will the Vegas Golden Knights end up? They can clinch a spot tonight with a win. Saad towards the net. On the doorstep. Patient. Hertl. Pad save made by Blackwood. Another shot. Another kick save made by Blackwood offside.
Blackwood under siege. The first one might have hit the post. Could have hit the pad. The second one was a great right pad save by the big goaltender, Mackenzie Blackwood.
McNabb across the line. Drops it into the corner. Keegan Colasar is there. Works away from Blankenburg. Triple team. Centers. Shovel towards the net block. Left. Down. Shoots it over the crossbar. Through center. Chips it right. Putting on the brakes, Theodore. Finds a trailer and Eichel shoots. Save made with the blocker by Blackwood. And to McKinnon across the line. McKinnon drives to the backhand of the forehand. Chipped it just wide of the near post. Marner looks to counter quickly. Outlets Anderson. Anderson looks ahead. Splits the defense. Saad draws a penalty. At the post. There's the touch-up. And there is Eichel on the opposite flank. Marner up top. Eichel, side of the circle. Brings it to the top of the circle. Hertl on net. Save made with the left pad by Blackwood. Point blank. hurdle from the bumper, the set play to perfection.
And when you see 29 in blue coming at you with that speed and that ability, he stretches with all his might.
Burns off the bench, tries the quick spring of MacKinnon. MacKinnon drives the net again. Save made! It looked like sprawling and doing the splits was Carter Hart. Tries to circle the net, stalked by Landeskog. Plays it up top, Hanifin. Long shot in front. On a save by Blackwood. He took one away from Kolosov.
Mackenzie Blackwood at the other end. Both goalies have had to be on their game. This is Mackenzie Blackwood's best of the night. Stretching with the glove on a broken play. The puck spits around. Just reaction by Blackwood. Desperation and battle. Exactly what you want to see out of a guy fighting to get his game right before the playoffs. Blackwood
as well. Devon Taves. Fresh skates on the ice. Natchez attacks to Taves. Wide to the far side. Eichel skates onto the loose puck. Driving the middle is Stone. Eichel across the line. Eichel shoots. Score! Vegas headed to the playoffs.
Game in overtime. You wait for the best chance before you pick your spot. Taves misses the net and it rings all the way around. Vegas gets a 2-on-1. Eichel has Stone opening up for the one-timer. He elects to shoot. Eichel gets his 26th goal of the season. Vegas clinches their spot in the Stanley Cup playoffs. What a game by the VGK. Still undefeated in regulation.